Hello? Hello! Can I come out for a quiet pint with it? First of all, congratulations to John. Brilliant. I remember giving a debate in high school in Blair. A debating thing we had when I was the SNP guy, and I got 2 votes. It's wonderful to see what's been happening. Anyway, I thought I'd just come in for a bit of fun, and I've been building a patio in my garden, so I've got builder's hands. I'm going to be break from playing, so excuse that. And this has got a wee chorus, and I'm lucky that I get to travel all over the place with my music, and I wrote this song in Anchorage in Alaska. And it's an amazing part of the world. It's my favourite part of America, and playing the theatre there. But the last time I was there, the promoter met me at the airport. He's going, oh, he says, I'm awful worried about tonight's concert. I'm awful worried. And I says, well, what's wrong with me? Oh, he says, I'm awful worried about tonight's concert. And I said, well, where are we, Victor? Why? Oh, he says, I'm awful worried. He says, I'm awful worried about this. It's the volcano, he says. We think it's going to erupt tonight. And I didn't even know they had volcanoes in Anchorage. And he's got, yeah. He says, there's smoke coming out of it, and flames and everything. He says, here's your mask. So I was going back to we were driving back into the town, and he's going, oh yeah, there's smoke coming out of it. And actually the volcanic ash was falling like snow. And he says, oh yeah, he says, it's been going all afternoon. He says, we think it's going to go tonight. He says, you'll be able to see it from your hotel room window. And this is, if I can see a volcano that's about to erupt from my volcano at my hotel room window, then I'm far too near a volcano that's about to erupt. Anyway, so I did the show with my mask, and everybody had masks on. You could tell it was a tense kind of concert, you know, because whenever there was a sudden noise, you could see the audience all looking for the emergency exit. You know, so I was glad to get through it, and so I wrote this song. It's called "The Shadow of the Mountain," because I thought it was a great metaphor for life as well, you know, because it seems that, you know, as you go through life, particularly when you get a bit older and you think you've got everything organised and everything in place, and then you wake up one morning and it's all gone pear-shaped, you know. So it's like we live our lives in the shadow of a volcano just about to erupt at any moment, you know. And the chorus is easy to sing. We're in the shadow of the mountain, don't you know? We're in the shadow of the mountain everywhere we go. We're in the shadow of the mountain, yes, that's true. We're in the shadow of the mountain and there's nothing we can do. And I don't know if any of you ever watched the TV programme The Deadliest Catch on the History Channel, where the guys who go out and fish with the giant crabs. Well, I was nervous right after the show, so I went down to the first pub and get a few drinks down there, and 8 of these guys who were one of the fishing boat, I think it was called the Caledonia or something, I don't know, but they had just come back from being out in the Bering Sea, making one of these programs, and I was so impressed by these guys who were completely oblivious to the fact that there was going to be a volcano erupting that night, you know, and they were getting it down, you know. So I was so impressed that I wrote them into the song. So when we get to that verse, it'll make some sense to you, because you know, you see on when he's writing that song, you know. So we'll try to see it. This is the chorus. We'll do the chorus a couple of times before we start. Okay, we'll close this. We're in the shadow of the mountain, don't you know? The shadow of the mountain, everywhere we go. We're in the shadow of the mountain, yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain, and there's nothing we can do. Okay? Try again. We're in the shadow of the mountain, don't you know? The shadow of the mountain, everywhere we go. The shadow of the mountain, yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain, and there's nothing we can do. One more time and we'll have it nailed. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? The shadow of the mountain. Everywhere we go, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain. There's nothing we can do. A new day and everything's changed. All my plans and the things I had arranged. The smell of danger in the cold night air. Something's happening, you can feel it everywhere. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? The shadow of the mountain. Everywhere we go, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain. And there's nothing we can do. The old man says she'll go real soon. You can tell by the color of the moon. It was the same back in '65, but I'm still standing. I'm glad to be alive. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? The shadow of the mountain. Everywhere we go, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain. Nothing we can do. Came in from Dutch Harbour, now I'm free. 10 weeks fishing on the Bering Sea. I feel good, yes, I feel alright, and no mountain's going to stop me getting drunk tonight. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? The shadow of the mountain. Everywhere we go, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain. And there's nothing we can do. This is where you sing the chorus on your own. Okay? Try it. Yeah. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? The shadow of the mountain. Everywhere we go, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Yes, that's true. Shadow of the mountain, there's nothing we can do. It's fantastic. It's so fantastic, we should do it again. With harmonies and things. You can't beat an SNP party for a chorus. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? Shadow of the mountain, everywhere we go. Shadow of the mountain, yes, that's true. Shadow of the mountain, there's nothing we can do. Singing that wee harmony, where does that wee harmony come from? Do that again, please. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? Shadow of the mountain, everywhere we go. Shadow of the mountain, yes, that's true. Shadow of the mountain, there's nothing we can do. Tell you what we could do just for a wee bit of fun. You guys sing the shadow of the mountain bit, and I'll sing the other bit. Just because we can. Okay, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? No, you're not supposed to sing that bit. Do that again. Right, we go. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? The shadow of the mountain. Oh, everywhere we go, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain. You're supposed to sing that bit as well. I forgot to tell you. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? The shadow of the mountain. Oh, everywhere we go, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain. There's nothing we can do. It's been the same since the day that we arrived. So many dangers, it's amazing we survived. But you've got to keep laughing, got to take a chance and Keep on singing on this journey that we dance. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? The shadow of the mountain. Everywhere we go, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain. One more time, a little louder. We're in the shadow of the mountain. Don't you know? The shadow of the mountain. Everywhere we go, we're in the shadow of the mountain. Yes, that's true. The shadow of the mountain, and there's nothing we can do. Thank you very much. Congratulations for being done. Good luck.